Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. We're going to be making one of my favorite comfort foods, and that's nachos. This is a great item that you can serve during your New Year's Eve party and your New Year's Day party. And, a little known fact, it actually originated in Mexico in a small town at a club called the Victory Club. It was actually named after the owner of that club, Ignacio Anaya. His nickname was Nacho, and that's where nachos come from. I always think origin stories are really cool, so if you want to know more, go ahead and look it up. But if you're interested in learning more about how to make these type of recipes and many more, check out our culinary arts program at wsutech.edu. And we'd be happy to talk to you about you getting enrolled in classes so that you can become a great chef also. I am so happy you could come back, and hopefully you'll stick with us the rest of the time as we make our nachos. We've already got our pan heating up, and I've already put in some olive oil to kind of coat the pan a little bit and give the meat a little flavor. Now we're going to start with our meat. We've got our turkey meat here. We've got 1 pound of turkey meat. We're doing a little healthy today, so we want to start off with that. And as always, when you're working with meat and some other products, make sure you wash your hands between sessions and stuff. Keep that stuff as clean as possible. And then while our meat's browning, we're just going to take a spatula. I have my favorite Star Wars spatula. And you just want to kind of cut it up as you're doing it. So we are just going to get our meat cut up. So I love football, and I can't wait for New Year's Day and when the bowl games are in full swing. And I'm looking forward to seeing who's playing whom. So hope you are too. So a lot of nacho dishes just have cheese poured over chips. I like to have my wife and I like to have lots of vegetables in it. So we'll have peppers. While this is browning, you can see that we're going to be having all sorts of peppers today. So we have red light peppers, yellow light peppers, green light peppers. Not sure what type of pepper that is, where orange falls into the whole scheme of things. We'll have onions, fresh tomatoes, black beans, kidney beans, and olives. So I like all these things in my nachos, and I hope you do too. So we're just going to get this meat browning. So one of my favorite stories about red light, green light, yellow light. If you've ever seen the movie Starman, raise your hands if you have. I know there's someone out there that's seen Starman, okay? Anyway, one of my favorite quotes from it is about an alien who's riding with this woman across the country. She's assisting him in getting home, I believe. And at some point, she falls asleep and he takes over driving. And when she wakes up, he's driving through a red light. And she goes, "What up? What are you doing? You're gonna kill us." And he goes, "I'm just following what you do." And she goes, "Well, what do you mean?" And he says, "Green light means go. Yellow light means go fast. Red light means go faster." So that's why we have red light, yellow light, and green light peppers. Okay, so we've got our meat already browned up. And now we're gonna add our spices. I'll put the list of spices in below so you can use them at your pleasure. It is not the be-all, end-all of all spices, so just remember that. Feel free to add some things. Feel free to subtract some things. We're just gonna want a little water. And it's a 1/4 cup of measure, but I only pour a little bit in. I just wanna make sure that spices get mixed in with that meat real well. Okay, so now we got all our spices mixed in, and now we want to go to that next step, which is getting our nachos ready. So we'll have 2 different type of cheeses that we're going to use. I already have some here, and it's already mixed up with some Rotel tomatoes, diced tomatoes, and green chilies. And we're just going to add a little bit more in here. And then we're going to put it in the microwave for just a minute. And then we'll give it a quick stir. probably 30 seconds. And while that's doing that, we're gonna go ahead and turn our heat off on our meat. And now we're gonna get our pan ready. So our pan is for our chips, nacho cheese, and all the other goodies that we've got. Now, you're probably wondering what type of cheese I use for for the microwave cheese. I use Velveeta. So our cheese went off. We're gonna give it a quick stir. And we're gonna start off with our bag of chips. So you can use any type of corn chips you like. I was at the grocery store yesterday. This is the one I found. So we're gonna start off with Mission Tortilla Triangles. So you're just gonna put a light base down. And we're not gonna make a huge batch today because we wanna save the rest of them for tomorrow. So. Okay, so now we've got some cheese. We're just gonna kind of pour that over, just throw that on here. And now we're going to add some meat, and we're going to sprinkle a little bit of meat over here. And then we're gonna just sprinkle a little bit of veggies. And last but not least, we're gonna just throw a little bit of cheese on here. And we're just gonna top that off with some shredded cheese. And now we're gonna put it in the oven. So I've already started our oven at 350, and we're gonna go ahead and put it in there for maybe 10 minutes or so. So we're gonna get that started. You know, we put our nachos into the oven. It was 350 degrees, and we put it in for about 10 minutes or so, just enough time for the cheese to melt and get nice and gooey, and warm some of those vegetables up a little bit and get them a little tender. So you can go a little longer than 10 minutes, up to you how long you want it, but don't go too long because you could burn your cheese. So you want to be careful of that. Now that you're done, we want to do maybe a couple more things to get things ready before we have some taste testers come up. So we're gonna just put a few fresh tomatoes on top, and then we're gonna put some black olives and sour cream. Okay, so I'm gonna bring my cameramen up, and they are gonna take a sample of it and let us know how it goes.
Okay. Sour cream. Oh, I missed it. There we go.
That's actually really good. That's really good. I think another one.
Well, they seem to like it, and I hope you do too. So I do want to say, from the FutureMaker Mobile Learning Lab, my cameraman, myself, and everybody else that's helped produce this video, we want to wish you a very happy New Year's Eve. And I just want to toast all of you to a new year, and may it be better than the last.